Hello fellow mystics, thank you so much for stopping by to my channel, Diaries of a Lunar Soul. Welcome and welcome back if you're a regular. So I hope your week went well. Mine was okay. It's starting off okay, though I sort of have the Monday blues. I'm recording this on a Monday and I sort of have the Monday blues. Anyway, so today's reading is going to be about ancestral lineage and ancestral healing, and that's because in my last divine feminine reading, I think messages from your spirit guides, the message that came through was that the divine feminine is releasing old soul patterns, emotional traumas from past lifetimes. And yeah, so I decided, let me do a reading to see what emotional trauma the feminine had in her past life. But this is also a masculine reading, because in another masculine reading that I did, I can't remember the title at this point, I've done so many, but one of the messages that came through was that the masculine has been preventing himself from expressing his true emotions because he sort of has been brought up with the notion that as a masculine, you should not, showing your emotions is a sign of weakness. You should always be strong and confident and not cry. Just that whole holding back your emotions because it makes you look weak if you don't. Yeah, and I'm guessing that's also an ancestral pattern, like it's something that has been passed down to the masculine from generations back. And ancestral healing or ancestral readings are important because the past tells us a lot about what we're going through in the present moment. And I think I've said this in another reading, we carry emotional trauma in our auric field for up to 7 generations back. Seven generations back. And this is why family or ancestral patterns can be the hardest to break. And often these emotional upsets we experience in our present life are not even ours to begin with. Instead, they are genetically passed down through family generations. But because they are so ingrained in the family line or bloodline, we don't know any other way of being. So we unconsciously continue to play out the same drama that was not ours in the first place. It belonged to our ancestors. And the other reason I'm doing this reading was because this week, this ancestor came into my dreams very vividly and gave me a channeled message for whoever's listening to this reading. By the way, if this person looks familiar, then yeah, that's another sign that this is a message for you. So the fire guardian came through in my dreams, and I won't go through the details of that dream, yeah, because it might be a little bit confusing. But the guidance message that came through in that dream was that some of you, divine masculine and divine feminine, some of you are clairaudient. You're clairaudient psychics, which means clairaudient is the ability to get psychic downloads or intuitive hits through sound. And through sound, it could be through songs, listening to music. When you listen to music, your intuition is heightened and you're able to connect with the spirit realm and your spirit guides and your higher self just by listening to music. Or you can get messages through music, okay, through songs. And also clairaudient means you're very good with your voice. Like you could be a musician, yeah, and that's how you tap into your soul's purpose here on earth, just through speech, yeah. And sometimes you can also get messages through conversations, random conversations you hear from people, and you're like, these people are talking about something that I sort of have an intuition is related to me. Like clairaudience is anything to do with sound. And it's your primary clair. We all have all the other clairs: clairvoyant, claircognizance, clairsentience, yeah. We all have those channels, but usually one of them is more dominant. Like one of them is the one that you'll get the most clearest intuitive hits and messages from your guides, yeah. And for some of you, your psychic ability, your primary clair is the clairaudient clair. That's why I chose this card, because that was the message that came through in that download, that some of you have a musical talent of some sort. Sorry guys if you're hearing sounds, like it's so windy today, So if you hear those horror movie sounds like whoosh whoosh, just know it's the wind. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, you're clairaudient. And it's interesting, when I said clairaudient, that sound came through. Yeah, so that's just maybe your guides saying, yep, you are clairaudient. And but the problem is, in your ancestral line, like what message this guide was giving me was that you guys have been holding back. You've not been sharing that gift of yours, of clairaudience, to heal people. And the message that came through was that the fire guardian wants you to come out of your cave, guys. Persecution and expression. Share your voice. Come out of your cave. Come out of your cave and share your voice. Speak your truth. Some of you, if you wanted to be a musician, but your family is telling you, no, that industry is so hard to find success, like you'll be a starving artist, so you've been keeping yourself small, hiding in your cave and not sharing your gift to the people. If you want to sing, if you want to start a musical career, start it, okay? And if some of you want to become motivational speakers, because that's the other thing, ignite your passion, okay? The fire guardian is saying it's time for you to now start sharing that gift. Use that gift to heal other people. And the other message that came through in that download was that this fire guardian was saying, some of you guys are very persuasive. Like you have the ability to make people do whatever it is that you want them to do, just by the way you talk. Like you're very convincing. So some of you might be in marketing or sales. Yeah, you're very persuasive. You're very good communicators, and when people listen to you, they just feel calm and serene, and they feel like they can do anything, you know. you not okay, this is a dark-ish joke, but you sort of have this cult-like you can be this cult-like leader where anything you say, people just take it as the truth, you know, because you have that persuasive gift. Your throat chakra is very dominant, yeah, and very strong and persuasive. So the fire guardian came through to say, it's time for you to use that voice to heal people, to save people who have been persecuted, okay? Share your voice. Persecution. Some of you might be called to become maybe lawyers who help other people get out of trouble, who've been put into that trouble unfairly, okay? Use your voice to convince the court that these people are not have been treated unfairly, persecuted, okay? And that's something that has happened in your past lifetimes, guys. In the past, you tried to share your voice, like you tried to use this gift of yours of clairaudience to heal the world, to heal people, to help people get out of trouble, which they were put in unfairly. But instead of it being something that is helpful, it ended up making you become a victim. Like people victimized you and you became persecuted, and because of that persecution, your soul now has a fear. It attaches that whenever your soul feels like your clairaudient skill is coming through, it also comes with the emotion of fear, because you fear being persecuted again. Like there's that unconscious fear. So if you guys have been fearing to speak up, it's because it's part of your soul's trauma. Like in the past, you've spoken up your truth, you've tried to help people using your clairaudient skills, but instead you were just persecuted and burnt on the stake, yeah? But the fire guardian is saying, no, in this lifetime, things are going to be different. Learn from your mistakes, okay? So it's time to ignite your passion. Don't hold back, okay? Don't hold back. If you hold back, then you're not going to experience life to the fullest potential, okay? You're keeping yourself small if you don't share your voice. Come out of your cave, guys. That was the message that was coming through. And then with this rainbow prince, the message coming through is, if some of you have already started tapping into that clairaudient gift, whatever it is, maybe singing, speaking to people, motivational speaking, I don't know, whatever it is, sound, yeah, clairaudient skills. Look up clairaudience. But I'll have a reading about psychic gifts later. But for now, just your clairaudient. So do research on that. So the Rainbow Prince is saying, your hard work will pay off. Just persevere, okay? Right now, you might not be seeing the fruits of your labor, but just hold on, okay? The rainbow will come. Rain after the storm, the rainbow will come, okay, guys? you'll be compensated in equal measure. So just keep holding on. If some of you are just not seeing the fruits of your hard work, trust me, it's coming. Okay, that's what the Rainbow Prince is saying. So anyway, so that's the channeled message that came through in that reading, that some of you are very persuasive, and it's time for you to use that persuasive gift, that clairaudient gift of being able to convince people to do whatever it is that you want them to do. Use it to heal the world. Use it to heal yourself. And for some of you, I'm guessing that look up where Chiron is in your chart, okay? Because Chiron is not a planet, but it's I think it's an asteroid or a meteorite. Whatever it is, wherever Chiron is in your birth chart, that is where the deepest emotional trauma of your soul, okay, from past lifetimes. So wherever Chiron is in your chart, maybe it's in the second house. So for example, if it's in the second house, the house of value, it means your deepest emotional trauma is to do with how you value yourself, okay? And it's been passed down to you through generations. So look up where Chiron is in your chart, because that's where you have the potential to heal yourself and heal your ancestral patterns, emotional trauma from ancestral patterns, as well as heal your ancestral line, the people who are to come after you, okay? Because there's no, in the universe, time does not exist. If you heal the past, you also heal the future, okay guys? So with that said, let's start this reading. And in this ancestral reading, it's going to be long. I'm going to divide it into divine masculine and divine feminine energies, okay? I'll put the timestamps in the description below. And so in this reading, I'll help you release old soul family stories that have been playing out in your emotional body for a very long time. Like, I'll help you see how you can release ancient past life family vows and contracts that your ancestors made that have reached their expiry date. And I'll also help you identify the karmic attachments that have been dragging you down and preventing you from reaching your full potential, okay guys? So when you release these past life emotional traumas, you will be able to free up your emotional body, and you'll allow your inner child to be more playful with life. I'm just from doing an inner child reading for both the masculine and the feminine readings, okay? So if you're curious to know what the inner child is, go back there. So when you do ancestral pattern healing, you free up the inner child, because the inner child should be free of any baggage, you know? But then when we come into this new lifetime, our inner child also carries emotional trauma from past lifetimes, yeah? And then prevents it from being that innocent part of ourselves that just believes in magic, because we're so bogged down by emotional baggage from past lifetimes. So it's good to constantly do ancestral healing readings, and that's what I'm going to do in this reading, okay? So with that said, let's begin. I think I'll start with the divine masculine reading, but anyway, the timestamps are in the description box below. Okay guys, with that said, with this long introduction, let's begin. Okay, so hi divine masculine, this is your section of the reading, Ancestral Healing. And so yeah, let's begin. Thank you so much for deciding to continue on. I know that introduction was pretty long, so it's good that you stuck around until this section of the reading. So cool. Hope your week is going on okay, or has started out okay if you're watching this in the middle of the week. So let's begin with what predominant soul trauma is affecting your DNA right now, sort of like the general theme of this reading. What predominant emotion is coming up? What is Chiron, the asteroid Chiron that I talked about in the introduction? What emotion is it bringing up? Okay, those are too many cards, guys. But anyway, okay, they're just two. Pride and imagination. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. I embrace the... Do I want to pick this? No. Okay, I just want one. I want one, spirit, guys. But I've seen pride and imagination. Ooh, okay. Peace. No wonder I felt like I was not at peace when those two cards came up. So peace, that's the emotional the soul family trauma affecting your DNA right now. I'm a being of love, and I release all negative energy. So some of you have been fighting. You've had to fight for everything that you have for a while, and that's sort of like the message that came through in that inner child reading that I did for you guys, that you've had a really difficult time, like not so difficult, but everything you have, you've had to fight for. Like things didn't just come easy for you. Okay, that's interesting. Let's just shuffle all the cards and then we'll move on. So the next question is something that needs healing from your maternal line. Yeah, let's see, because we're going to check maternal and paternal. So what is something that needs healing from the masculine's maternal line, from the mother's line? Avenger, guys, what did I say? Like you've had to fight. Yeah, you've had to fight. Avenger, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Guys, you can't make this up. Yeah, you've had to fight for everything that you want in life. It's not come easy, and it's good sometimes to put in the hard work, but if you work with spirit, what I've learned, if you work with spirit, the fight shouldn't be so fightful, so exhausting, you know? Like, yeah, you have to put in hard work, but it shouldn't be a struggle to the point where like it's violent, you know? But that's what's coming through from your maternal line. Okay, and from your paternal line, something that needs healing from your paternal line. Spirit, something that needs healing from the masculine's paternal line, your father. Lover. Oh my god, guys, didn't I just say this at the beginning of the reading, that the masculine, the message that has come through is that you've been taught to keep your emotions in check, like to not express your emotions because it feels like it's a sign of weakness, because you're the warrior, you're the fighters. If you show your emotions, then it's a sign of weakness. And the lover has come through. Obsessive passion, self-destructive devotion. Okay, so it could also be that some of you are like knight in shining armor, saving the damsel in distress, like you have that syndrome. Okay, so let's get more cards for that. For Avenger, give me a clarifier. Oh my god. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's just one. Despondence. Okay, interesting. It's interesting. This is for the maternal line. Not caring, like not being empathic. Okay. Indifference, that's what despondence means. Indifference. Okay, from your pattern. Okay, now guys, it's raining, so that sound you're hearing in the background, that's rain. Okay, that's rain blessing this reading. Okay, so this wants to come through. Instinct, exactly what I said. You've been taught to just work with your instinct, you know, like animal instinct. Okay, is this a wolf or a dog? Gosh, guys, is this a wolf or a dog? Whatever it is, I'm sensing it's a wolf. Anyway, a wolf is a dog, right? So instinct, like animal instinct, emotions out of the picture. Okay, so let's see. I want to put this away so the deck is not too, the table is not too full. Now I want to see, so the next question is a gift from your maternal line that will help you heal this emotional trauma of having to fight for everything that you want. Okay, so an emotional a gift from your maternal line. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. Okay, not letting anything bring you down for too long. That same fight mode that your mother gave you, like fighting for what you want, and perseverance, actually perseverance, like tough it out through difficult times, because the 5 of Pentacles are kind of financial constraints, like difficult times. So she's taught you how to be strong even when you don't have what you need. Like you've learned how to come up with ways to survive, you know, even in difficult times. Okay, another gift. Ace of Swords. Oh my god, guys. Fight mode. This is Ace of Swords is a card of challenging times, but getting through those challenging times, you know you have the resources you need to get you through that challenging time. Like, you're very creative in finding ways to get out of trouble. Okay, cool. And then a gift from your paternal line, from your father's line, that will help you heal this emotional trauma. Guys, like I said, I'm fighting Monday blues, so if I feel like I'm a bit dull-ish, it's just Monday blues. Monday blues. Okay, those are too many cards, but I've seen the Queen of Wands. Okay, gift from your paternal line. Two of Wands. Okay. Okay. You're very good at making decisions, quick decisions. You're good at making decisions under pressure. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, then the Hierophant. Interesting. You're a leader of some sort. You help people. Okay, we'll see how that comes through. Right now, I'm not thinking straight until when I start to channel. So yeah. And then finally, a message from your main ancestor guide. Message from your main ancestor guide about just what comes through in this reading. Oh my gosh, guys, I forgot to turn on my light, my candle. Let me turn on my candle. Oh. Yeah, cool. Let me turn on this candle as well. I can't put on the real candles because it's so windy. They're just gonna blow off. Oh gosh. Okay, so what was I doing before this? Okay, let's see. Guys, I am so confused. Okay, so message from your ancestor guide. Sorry guys, sorry. Oh my gosh, spirit fox. So maybe this is the fox, right? Yeah, basic instinct, animal instinct. Yeah guys, this is the fox. I was thinking it's the wolf or the dog. It's the fox. Spirit fox, trust your talents in changing times. Okay, some of you are too rigid, sort of like you like things. I'm sensing some of you are control freaks. You like things being a certain way, and because of that you're very nitpicky in how things should be, and you don't like change. Okay, so let me tap into this energy. Let me read this energy now and see. Yeah. Okay, so something that needs the predominant family soul trauma affecting your DNA right now is the peace. I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. So this just, it's self-explanatory. You guys have been fighting, even in your generation, 7 generations back, you guys have been fighters. Probably some of your ancestors were warriors, literal warriors, yeah, and they had to fight for everything that they get. But now but now we're in a different time, yeah. We don't need to fight as much. Like before, you had to fight, like things, we didn't have technology that allowed us to store food for years and years and years, yeah. So we didn't have to fight so much for survive. We don't have to fight so much to survive. But because that's a karmic pattern from past generations, it's coming to your life even now. And right now, even when you don't need to fight, like you still have that urge to, you feel like, if I don't work hard, then I'm not going to get what I want. You have that mentality of, I have to fight for everything that I want, yeah. I have to be very aggressive in everything that I go after, okay. But that's an emotional trauma because, like I said, when you're working with spirit, things should flow. Things just flow smoothly, okay. I'm not saying things are all roses and candy and yeah, nice things. No. There are times when you need to fight. Yeah, but for you guys, you sort of take it a level above. You know, like you take it too far. So that's something that your soul is trying to release right now. Your soul is trying to learn how to acquire things in a more compassionate way, less ruthless. I'm not saying you guys are ruthless in a bad sense, but less aggressively. Like you guys are learning how to acquire things through your heart and not your root chakra. The root chakra is red. I'm sensing some of you have Aries energy where you have to fight, you know, like Mars energy. Mars is the god of war. Exactly, the god of war. But right now your soul is trying to help you see that you now need to be in your Venus energy, you know, like acquire things more effortlessly. The divine feminine is very, very, like I said in the beginning, you guys are very persuasive, yeah? But the masculine energy, the way the masculine energy acquires things is through aggression, right? Like, I'll go after it, I'll fight this person so that I get what I want. But the way the feminine energy, the Venus energy, is seductive, like, and uses her charm to naturally pull things towards it. The feminine energy does not go out there and forcefully take things. No, the feminine energy is a void. Yeah, it pulls things in towards it like a magnet, and that's the energy the emotional trauma you guys have. You've neglected using your feminine side, the one that just brings things to it with the flow, yeah, not force. Okay, so that's the emotional trauma that you guys is affecting your DNA right now. You think that you have to fight to get what you want, like you have to be aggressive, that you have to work so hard, like you have to work 48 hours a day to get what you want. While yes, that has gotten you through tough times and you've acquired wealth through that, you've been successful by putting in the hard work, right? But it's preventing, like it's draining you. That's what this peace card is saying. You're not at peace because you're constantly in fight mode, yeah, constantly fighting for what you want. You're not at peace, and your soul, your ancestors are saying there's another easier way to get what you want. Okay, there's another more peaceful way. You don't have to be a warrior to get what you want. You can easily just use your voice. Like I said at the beginning, what this fire guardian said, you guys are very persuasive. Use your speech, use your words instead of using your hands. Instead of using your physical body, your root chakra, guys, use your words, use your throat chakra. Okay, use your throat chakra to draw people in. You have a very powerful clairaudient psychic gift, and it's time for you to now use it. So that's the soul trauma affecting you right now, that you constantly think that you need to fight to get what you want. Okay, and so something from your maternal line that needs healing is the Avenger, what I've just said. So the Avenger, the shadow attribute reads, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. And at the beginning here, the light attribute, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. What I exactly said, some of you guys might be lawyers or judges, yeah? Like maybe you're into social justice, okay? And what has happened is, because of this mode that you have, oh my god guys, I think maybe I'll add music into this reading so that sound of the rain is not too loud. But anyway, sometimes rain feels good, sounds good, right? Anyway, so because of this fight mode that you're always in, you embark on very good causes. Like maybe some of you are advocates for people who've been physically wounded, you know, like maybe domestic violence, yeah, like maybe you're advocates for people with who have undergone domestic violence in their family. But it needs healing, because your ancestors are saying the way they went about doing this, getting justice for people, scales of justice, the way they went about avenging the wrongs that were done to people around them that they cared about, did not have any compassion. It was devoid of compassion. Despondence is like detachment. I think this girl is so detached from the world, like no compassion, no empathy. Like you, okay, so this is what I'm getting. Like, yeah, maybe domestic, but let's say let me give this example of maybe father and mother. Like maybe your father was abusive to your mother, or the other way around, your mother was abusive to your father. There's two sides of a story, there's two sides of a coin. Like there's compassion. Yes, whoever was the abuser, there's a reason they were the abuser. But for some of you, your ancestors are saying they completely disregarded the other person and literally stamped on the abuser, like crushed the abuser. You're the warriors. They crushed that person to the point of no return. But your ancestors are saying that was sort of not a healthy way of going about getting justice. Like an eye for an eye will kill the whole world, will make the whole world blind, right? So they're saying move away from that concept of an eye for an eye, then, and bring in compassion into the picture. Think of it like this: sometimes everyone has a chance to be liberated, okay? Even if they were the worst person in the world, like even if they were the most abusive people, your ancestors are saying you need to tap into that compassionate side of yourself. Don't be stupid, of course. Don't take in back someone who used to abuse you, yeah? But just try and see the potential in everyone, okay? Potential to heal in everyone. Don't crush your enemy to the point where, like, you've just crushed them to the point where they don't even have confidence in themselves, in the sense that they can't heal themselves, okay? Like I'm getting this sense that some of you, let's say someone hurt you. If someone hurts you, the comeback you have for them, you tell them something, so you completely crush them to the point where even if they were capable of redeeming themselves, they can't. Like you just kill their soul completely, But that's not a healthy way of finding justice in yourself. Justice means you also need to make sure that if you walk away, yes, but don't leave the person completely like dead, Oh my god, this reading is so deep. Like I'm getting such deep, intense messages. And guys, this is tough love, but I know you can handle it. Like resorting to violence in the name of a cause. When you're saving people, try not to be so aggressive, in the sense that you completely crush the person you saved them from, okay? I hope, guys, this makes sense. Like bring a little bit of compassion into your saving your, oh my god, no wonder I said, guys, you guys are knight in shining armors. Like bring some compassion into your work. That's what your ancestors are saying. Before, us guys were just avengers. We just used to avenge, like John Wick. John Wick was on a quest of avenging whoever was like interrupted his family, his memories of his wife and stuff like that, yeah? If you guys don't know John Wick, it's a good movie, go watch it. But anyway, John Wick was all about vengeance, right? But at some point you need to bring compassion into the whole picture. Vengeance doesn't heal anything. Like I said, an eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. So find another way, bring compassion into the situation, okay? And I was watching something about Ted Bundy last week, and I was reading that whole thing about capital punishment, where you kill the offenders, like you kill prisoners. And I think that's what your ancestors are trying to say here. Just because someone killed another person, it does not make it right for the court or the justice or the people in the justice whatever department to kill that person. Killing is wrong regardless of why you're killing. That's the concept here. So bring compassion. If that person killed other people, then put them in the cell for forever. Already them being in jail is already, you've taken away their freedom. That's already a punishment in itself. You don't need to execute them. Okay, that's the message that's coming through here, that some of you go to those kind of extremes. You used to, your maternal line was that kind of energy. Avenge. If they killed me, then I'm going to go and kill their people. Something like that, an eye for an eye. But you're being told, no, masculine, you need to move away from that idea of an eye for an eye. Okay, you need to bring in compassion. This is the third eye chakra for some reason, but I'm seeing purple. For some reason I'm seeing purple as compassion and Mother Earth. Are you seeing here? Like, treat everyone with kindness. Yeah, of course, not stupid kindness. Like, don't be kind to, don't give yourself to people who are serial killers, but try and see the compassion in everyone else, because everyone, we are all one consciousness. Okay, the third eye chakra, one consciousness. So try not to be too vicious and ruthless in your quest to find justice for people. Okay, literally, some of you are lawyers, some of you are judges, and what I'm getting here is some of you are in social justice. Yeah, you're in social justice, and probably you normally defend people who have been involved in domestic violence. Okay, and you're very good at it. You're very good at getting justice for people. But the way you've been going about it, the way your family line, your ancestral line has been going about it, is in the sense of avenger. Okay, but you don't need to be a vengeful person. Vengeance creates resentments in your body, and that's why it disturbs your peace. That's why the energy of peace is the one that you're trying to heal right now. That's the dominant energy, peace. Just find peace. Find more peaceful ways of getting justice for people. Okay, not eye for an eye. Wow, that was a deep channel there. Interesting. And I'm sort of, I was worried that whatever messages came through was a bit too tough for a general reading, like for the public. And I was thinking, should I have done this into the extended reading? But no, it's okay. If it came through here in this public reading, it's okay. I guess your guides, my guides, know who is going to listen to this reading, and they know you're capable of understanding what I've just said and grasping it. And it's tough love, but it's something you needed to know, and you know how to handle that information. Okay, so let's move on to what gift your maternal line, what gift in your maternal line will help you heal this emotional trauma of always resorting to violence in the name of a cause, of always having to fight for what you want. And you have the 5 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So the 5 of Pentacles, let's see. The story behind this card is that this guy has now come home, but the wife is so worried with, like, oh my god, we don't have enough for the child to eat, we don't have enough to survive. Like, but the guy has been doing all he can to get the money to just survive. But what they don't see is that just behind them there's a church where they can go and get help from. So the gift that you have that can help you heal from this maternal line is you have, because of this attitude of fighting for what you have, for fighting, being so hard, you're very hardworking, guys. You're very hardworking, and because of that, you've amassed a lot of wealth. That's the interesting message that I'm getting here, even though 5 of Pentacles is a card of not having enough. But you've amassed a lot of wealth within you because of this attitude of being a fighter, hard work. You're very hardworking people. You've amassed a lot of wealth, but the gift you have is that you're also very giving. That's the gift. Oh, it's made you very giving, you're very helpful, you're a very kind person. And I'm sensing here again Leo energy. You're very giving, you're a giver, and you've been giving and you've been giving back. What you have, you've been giving back to the community, helping people who are less fortunate, yeah, families, okay? You've been giving back, and that's a gift that you got from your maternal line, because your maternal line, they saw that habit of them being avengers. In the process of being avenging, they also took back a lot from the world, yeah? They took a lot of empathy from the world by just being vengeful. It drained the world of empathy. And so the gift they gave you to be able to heal this vengefulness is your ability to give back. What you took, now you can give back, okay? What they took from people, you can now give back. So that's the gift they've given you. You have a gift of you. Is that a gift? Yeah, that you're a very giving person. You're very kind. You're a very kind-hearted person. You're with this Ace of Swords, you're not kind. You don't let people take advantage of you. No, you don't let people take advantage of you, but you're also very kind. You know how to just give the right amount of your resources back to people who need it, okay? So some of you could also even have like non-profit organizations where you give back. So that's a gift. The success you've had with that non-profit organization was a gift from your maternal line. It was your maternal line's ancestors' way of righting the wrongs they've done with this being vengeful, yeah? The vengeful. Instead of resorting to violence, they've given you the gift of using your own resources to give back to people without having to be violent, okay? So that's a gift. Wow. Okay, this reading is interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So then we move on to something that needs healing from your paternal line. And you have the Lover, obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something, and instinct. Okay. The Moon. Okay, what am I getting here? So aside from this being that you guys deny your emotional truth, okay? Like, as much as you deny your emotional truth, obsessive passion that harms others. What am I getting here, guys? Okay, so wow, I'm getting two messages here. The first message is some of you withhold your emotions, like you don't know how to tap into that emotional aspect of yourself. Your instinct is always the animal instinct, like even when you're okay, so my guys, I want to talk about sex. So the way you give yourself to people who you love, like let's say if you're in a relationship, it's very mechanical, like it's just, this is sex and that's it, you know, like no emotions attached, friends with benefits kind of thing, you know, like casual sex thing. Like you don't give yourself fully to your relationships. You don't let your partner see the true emotional side of yourself. You're just operating from your animal instincts, okay? Animals have emotions, yes, but it's the message I'm getting here is you only connect with people because you have the urge to have sexual intercourse. Probably that's why the Fire Guardian was here, because the Fire Guardian in the guidebook, it talks about sex. It talks about if you've been wanting to explore your sexual side, then the Fire Guardian is giving you the permission to do that. So what I'm getting here is some of you have been using sex mechanically, like you've not been seeing the value of sex. Sex can connect you to, sex is a meditative experience. Sex was the soul's, if you in esoteric spirituality, sex is sacred union with, you're dancing with the energy of creation, okay? That's what sex is. It's a meditative tantric experience. But for some of you guys, you've been using it just as a way to fulfill your human needs, animal needs, basic instinct. You've been just using it to fulfill your animal needs, and the relationships you've been in were just so that you could fulfill that sexual urge, but you never really opened up your emotions to the people who are in your life. And because of that, you've not been able to attract real people into your life, like partners who you connect with. You can't connect with them because even you're not connected to your emotions, okay? So if some of you have been wondering, how come I attract this kind of people who are not connected to their emotions, or people who end up cheating on me or just running away, or it's not a fulfilling relationship, the message coming through is it's because you guys are also not tapped into your emotions, and that's coming from your paternal line. The healing that you need to do from your paternal line, from your father's line, is that you need to learn how to tap into your emotions, okay guys? You need to connect with people on an emotional level. So even if it's not of a sexual nature, the message coming through here is, even in your business operations with people, sometimes you have the ability to completely detach from your emotions, but you need to bring that compassion, like just from your maternal line. You need that compassion. Of course, your maternal line also affects your paternal line, okay? So the message of compassion with this despondence is coming through again. That you guys have been so detached from your emotions, like your father or your guardian, a masculine guardian, regardless of gender, taught you that emotions make you weak. You need to compartmentalize your emotions. Do not bring your emotions into the situation, because if you bring your emotions into the situation, then you're going to lose. You're going to be weak, and we don't want you weak, okay? We want you to win. But because of that, it's been preventing you from attracting the kind of love that you need, okay? The kind of love that you need. And the other message is, some of you on the other end, this is now completely on the other end of the scale, that some of you have this idea that you're the knight in shining armor, saving the damsel in distress. You have this notion that you need to save women, the feminine. Like you feel powerful when you're in relationships where you're the savior, obsessive passion that harms, self-destructive devotion. That's what, an unbridled appreciation of someone or something, great passion and devotion. Like you want to be that shining armor. You want to be the one who says, I saved that person. You like saving wounded people. And it makes sense. Oh my God, guys, it makes so much sense, because look, in your maternal line, what did I say? That you guys were probably, your maternal line had to do with women who had gone through, or the feminine energy that had gone through domestic violence, yeah? Maybe that had been domestic violence by their co-workers or whoever was in their life. They were physically abused by people or emotionally abused by people, okay? So because of that, you guys in your paternal line, the other thing, you attract, your paternal line attracted this kind of woman who, domestic violence, emotional abuse. So because of that, your paternal line has this notion of, I want to be the savior of that woman who was wounded by someone, or that feminine who was wounded by someone. You have this knight in shining armor archetype. You want to save wounded women, and that's why I probably said that you have this unconscious attraction to women who are wounded, and you guys might not know this, but that's why that's why you guys end up in relationships where those women don't give you what you need, or you realize later that, oh crap, this was just a wrong decision, I was not supposed to be in this relationship. It's because your paternal line has that urge to be with women who are wounded, because you feel like you can save them. You have this savior complex, saving wounded feminine energy. Guys, this reading is not gender specific, so whatever it is that I'm saying, woman, I just mean feminine energy, okay? So one healing something that needs healing from a paternal line is, you guys one, either emotionally completely detach. You completely detach from your emotions, and you do not tap into that emotional side of yourself. You don't have compassion, like you feel like emotions are a weakness. And then two is, you have on the other end of the scale, you have this capacity to always just attract women who are wounded, or feminine energy that is wounded, because you have this savior complex. You want to heal wounded women or feminine. Why do I keep saying women? Anyway, my guys want me to say women because that's what I keep saying. So you guys, if you're masculine, the women, you tend to run for women, to run after women who are wounded. But your paternal ancestral guides are saying, no, masculine, it's time you stop that habit. We are done healing, saving people. You need to learn that you cannot fix people, okay? You can help them. You can help them see. You can give your resources and help them find other places where they can find solace, yeah? But it's not your job to save them. It's not your job to love them. Exactly. Lover. It's not your job to love them. If they don't feel loved, if they don't love themselves, it's not your job to love them, okay? Everyone has to love themselves. So you help them to the point where you can give them resources and tell them, okay, go to this person or go to this place and you'll get help. But other than that, leave it at that, masculine. You don't need to get into relationships with these women because you want them to feel loved. No, you're done with that mentality of being the savior, okay? Leave it. That's what your paternal line is saying. You need to let go of that savior complex, and you also need to let go of that idea or notion that being emotional is a sign of weakness. No, it's not a sign of weakness. When you're in tune with your emotions, that's when you're the strongest, because it means your yin and yang energies are in sync. I've done another reading about sacred union, so just go to my playlist and watch that. Okay, guys? Right. So then now, let's see what gift, a gift from your paternal line that will help you heal those two emotional traumas that I've just mentioned here. And so you got Two of Wands and the Hierophant. Okay. So a gift that's coming through here, you're very good. Okay, let me see. With this Hierophant and the Two of Wands, Spirit, what's coming through here? Yeah, okay, I've gotten it. You're very good mentors, okay? Because the Hierophant is sort of like a mentor. He's a spiritual teacher. And the Two of Wands is a card of you in this deck. The way I'm getting it is, you know how to show people the way, yeah? You know how to help people make decisions. Like you're a very good decision maker, and you know how to show people where the true path is, like the right path. You want to go to the mountain, but you have two paths in front of you. You're able to tell people, okay, so take this path, it'll lead you here. If you take this path, it'll lead you here. So you're very good mentors. That's the gift you guys have gotten from your paternal line. And probably that's why the message that came through from this guardian here, the fire guardian, ignite your passion, is they're trying to tell you your gift is that of being a mentor, a motivational speaker. Okay, guys, that's what you got from your father's line. So what I talked about in the introduction, that was your paternal line coming in the reading. That you guys are very good motivational speakers. You're very good mentors. You have the capacity to show people the right way, how to do something correctly. Okay, you guys are very good at that. So it's time for you to find a way to tap into that gift of being a mentor. You're being called to be a spiritual guide of people, one way or another. Whatever spiritual means to you, you are a mentor. You're a great teacher. You have the capacity to guide people, and people will follow and listen to you. And I have a feeling that some of you already have a following. Like you're in the public limelight with this Hierophant. You're already in the limelight of some sort, yeah? And people already look up to you for guidance. So this fire guardian is saying it's time for you to amp the level, go a level higher. Okay, it's time for you to upgrade. If you've It's time for you to tap into your spiritual side and do more with that gift. Okay, actually, you know what's coming through? Some of you, the way you've been tapping into that ability is through like the 3D world, you know, like you've just been using it to help people from a 3D perspective, like from the logical perspective, okay, devoid of emotions, like 3D perspective. But right now, the gift that your paternal line gave you was you have the ability to use your gift to spiritually enlighten people. Okay, so if some of you guys have not started tapping into your spiritual work, your paternal line is your gateway there. Do some paternal healing. That's your gateway. It's your gateway to your soul's calling. Your paternal line is showing you how you can elevate the consciousness of other people through your gift of being a clairaudient. So if you're a musician, your paternal line is going to show you how you can use that gift of being a musician to elevate people spiritually. If you're a motivational speaker, your paternal line has given you the gift of seeing how you can use that motivational speaking ability to help elevate the consciousness of other people from a spiritual perspective because of the Hierophant here. If it was the Emperor, then I'd say it was something logical. So, for example, if some of you were lawyers, you're now being called to move away from being a lawyer to something that is more spiritual, okay? So maybe you become a spiritual guru, yeah? Like you become a spiritual mentor. So move away. If you're a judge, you're being told, move away from being a judge to being a priest. Okay, not in the literal sense, guys. Do not be a priest. Like if you don't want to become a priest, don't become a priest. But you get what I'm saying. Like you're being told, move away from being a judge to a priest. Like embrace your spiritual role. You've done all you can in the 3D realm. It's now time for you to tap into your spiritual realm. It's time for you to tap into your spiritual purpose. You guys have accomplished your 3D duties, your human experience. Like remember, we are all spirits experiencing a human life, okay? So the message coming through here from your paternal line is you're done with the tasks or the goals you set out to achieve as a human, okay? Now your paternal line is saying it's time for you to accomplish the goals you set out to accomplish as a spirit here on earth. Does that make sense? You're done with your human life goals. Now it's time for you to accomplish your spirit goals. Okay, guys? So in essence, you're being called to become a spiritual teacher. Move away from being that judge. It can be something else. You can be a teacher or something. Like move away from being a teacher of if you're a mathematics teacher or a geography teacher, you're being told to move away from being a geography teacher and move into being a teacher of Christianity or Muslims or Buddhism or whatever it is, you know? Like tap into your spiritual role now. It's time for you to focus on your spirituality, guys. That's the message that is coming through. So let's end this reading. It's going to be so long, and I hope this reading makes sense, guys. Monday blues, just I don't know what I've said makes sense. Anyway, it's okay. The Spirit Fox is here to tell us, trust your talents in changing times. Okay, trust your talents in changing times. So my guys are also saying here, you don't worry about what you've talked about. It makes sense. Okay, so anyway, so trust your talents in changing times. So I'm sensing here that some of you are already maybe taking that transition from being that 3D self. See that what I've just said, from moving away from your human life goals to a spiritual role. Like you've discovered yourself spiritually, like you've discovered what you're supposed to do in the spiritual sense, like your soul's purpose here on earth. And some of you are already transitioning into that phase, but it's a bit hard for you to trust yourself. Like you guys are doubting yourself. You're wondering whether you're on the right path or whether you're just being crazy. Yeah, cuckoo. Like am I hearing voices? Like I said, you guys are clairaudient. So maybe some of you are actually hearing voices at night when you're sleeping, or just during the day when you're doing your own things and you're wondering, oh my God, am I going crazy? No, your guides are saying, stop doubting yourself. You're on the right path. Whatever it is that you're feeling in your core, in your instinct, in your gut instinct, guys, with this, okay? Whatever it is that you're feeling in your instinct, it's divinely guided, okay? What you're feeling is divinely guided. So trust it. You're on the right path, guys. It's time for you to tap into your spiritual role. Trust your talents in changing times. You're about to burst. You're still in your cocoon, and now you're about to burst to become that butterfly. And that period can be a little bit uncomfortable, and that's what you guys may be feeling right now, that uncomfortability, because your soul is learning how to tap into its emotions. Anytime you've put your emotions on the side, on the back burner for too long, when you now start to finally tap into those emotions, it can be an uncomfortable situation, right? Because you're not used to tapping into those emotions. You're not used to being an emotional person. But your new spiritual role here is asking you to tap into those emotions. So it can be a bit uncomfortable. And just because it's uncomfortable, it doesn't mean that you're not on the right path, okay? In fact, when things are uncomfortable, that's when you know you're on the right path, because it means you're changing, you're evolving, okay? Change is the only constant thing in life, and something cannot change without being uncomfortable, because we're used to comfortability, we're used to things being familiar. So when you're moving out of your comfort zone, expect things to be a bit uncomfortable, okay? So, but your guides are saying you are on the right path, and call on the spirit fox. The fox spirit wants to talk to you guys. So just tap into the fox spirit and ask it to give you the confidence you need to transition from this role of being a human helper to a spiritual helper, okay? A spiritual teacher, okay, guys? So I hope this reading makes sense. If it doesn't, maybe check the feminine reading. It might make sense, because this is a general reading. The energies might be swapped, okay? But you can also come back to this reading at a later date, and you'll notice that some of the things will start to make sense, okay, guys? So with that said, thank you so much for stopping by. See you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, feminine. So this is your section of the reading. Thank you so much for deciding to continue on with this reading, and I'm sure you'll get one thing that helps you, okay? Even if it's just one thing, just if whatever doesn't resonate, leave it. Take only the things that resonate, okay? Because this is a general reading. Right, okay, so let's begin. So we're going to first start with the predominant soul family trauma affecting your DNA right now, sort of like the general theme of the reading. What emotional trauma is affecting you right now that has been passed on from generation to generation? What emotional trauma is affecting the feminine that has been passed from generation to generation? Guys, it's raining, by the way, so if you can hear sounds in the background, that's just rain blessing my reading, okay? Use it as an ASMR reading. But if it gets too much, maybe I might add background music to this reading. Anyway, so just bear with me. For some reason, I want to pick that one. Forgiveness. Acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. This is the emotional trauma that is affecting you right now, that has been passed down from generation to generation. Some of you have been persecuted, like I said at the beginning of the reading, that some of you have been feeling your generation lines have been persecuted for speaking up, and it's caused you to harbor some feelings of resentments and not forgiving people. Okay, interesting. But it might be not you, but it's just been passed down from family generations. So that's the emotional trauma. And I want to shuffle all the cards, and then I'll describe everything afterwards. So the next question is something that needs healing from your maternal line. So what emotion needs healing from your maternal line, from your mother's line? Woo! Okay. Alchemist. Transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Misuse of power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. Okay, what did I say, guys? That some of you are clairaudient, and maybe the way you use that gift, the way your ancestors used that gift, it led them to being persecuted. Okay, so there's one that has dropped, guys, so let me just pick it up. There's a card that's dropped. And Father. But I won't pick this because I want to just pick one card, so I won't pick it up. I mean, I won't select it. Even in the masculine, several cards came up, but for some reason, guys, if I feel a little bit dull, it's just Monday blues, or maybe some of you are also dull, and so I'm just picking up your energy because I'm not dull. Like, everything is going okay in my world, I guess. So anyway, so if I feel a little bit dull, maybe it's just the Monday blues and stuff like that. So now let's see. Oh yeah, so that was the maternal line, and then let's see what something that needs healing from your paternal line. Something that needs healing. Let's pick this. Don Juan. Oh my god, guys, you know what, in the masculine reading something similar came through. There's a lot of mirroring energies here, so it's interesting. So Don Juan, using power of romantic attraction for private agendas. Spotlights your positive seductive qualities. What did I say, guys? What did I say at the beginning of the reading? That some of you are very seductive, very persuasive. You're able to get what you want from people just by being seductive, seductive, you know. There's nothing like seductive. Okay, yeah, Queen. Okay, so let's see, we'll see how that comes through. Roxy, why are you so confused today? But maybe it's also, maybe I'm just tired. Yeah, maybe I just need to sleep. I'll sleep after this reading. Okay, so now let's see. Let's get clarifiers for that alchemist. Spirit, clarifier for the alchemist. What needs healing from the maternal line? Discovery, root chakra. Oh my gosh. Okay, root chakra. When I was meditating, this card came through, so clearly Spirit wants to make that message known. Okay, then for the paternal line, something that needs healing from the paternal line. Soulmate. Wow, interesting. Root chakra. There's a lot of root chakra here. Red from the maternal and the paternal. Your root chakra needs healing. Okay, so guys, oh my gosh, why am I so confused? Okay, the next question is now a gift from your maternal line that will help you heal this soul trauma here of forgiveness. Gift from your maternal line that will help you heal that soul trauma. Forgiveness. Hierophant. Okay, came through in the masculine reading. So guys, if you're feeling a little bit oh, and this one, 4 of Cups. Okay, so if you guys were a bit confused as to which reading to go through, whether it's the masculine or the feminine, I'm guessing you can watch both. Both readings will resonate with you guys. Okay, then this was, I didn't even ask, but the question I was going to ask next was a gift from your paternal line that will help you heal this emotional trauma. And the 10 of Pentacles in reverse just jumped out, so we'll take it. And then, oh my god, after this I'm going to sleep. And then justice and the Sun just came through. Since they're major arcanas, I'm going to pick them up. Major arcanas are very important messages. They show your journey, your soul's journey, where you're at the moment in the tarot. So I'll pick them. Okay, so then finally, let's see message from your ancestors guide, main ancestor guide. Which ancestor guide is with you right now, and what do they want to tell you, other than the fire guardian that I talked about in the introduction, which, oh my gosh, that just dropped. Wow. Oh my god, guys, what did I tell you at the beginning of the reading? Transform and unveil your gifts. Okay, it's time for you guys to share your voice. speak up. The shapeshifter, alchemist, shapeshifter. Wow. So some of you have the ability to tap into your spirit animals. Again, the message of spirit animals being with you, feminine, is coming through in this reading again. The last 2 readings I've done for the feminine, the animal guides have been coming through so strongly. And this is the wolf, and this is the hawk. I don't know, is this the hawk or the eagle? Whichever. But this is the wolf. Anyway, shapeshifter. So, let's see what comes through. Let me just channel the messages and then I'll explain what I'm getting. I'm confused, guys. I'm a bit confused. Yeah, I'm going to sleep after this reading. I think I need to sleep. Okay, so let's start with this. The predominant soul family trauma affecting your DNA right now. So I'm sensing with this card, some of you, your generations, your past generations, your ancestors have been victimized for sharing that gift of clairaudience with people, like speaking up, the speaking up for their needs. In fact, that's what I'm getting. Like your ancestors, they had this ability to be able to express to people what they need or what they don't need, or what other people need or what other people don't need. But because of that, they were persecuted. Like people didn't believe them, or people felt like they were just being too much, like by expressing themselves, or being too bold, and they were persecuted. And because of that, they sort of felt resentful to the people, because what they were telling those people was something that would have healed those people. Yeah, acknowledging that harboring resentments blocks the flow of love. But so they have a hard time with forgiving people who have wronged them. So if some of you feel like you hold on to grudges for very long and you don't know why you hold on to grudges, you know what this card is saying? It's passed down from generations. You guys hold on to grudges. You find it hard to forgive people who have wronged you, because it's even harder for you guys than any other person, because it's a trait that has been passed down from one generation to the next. Like 7 generations back, you've been struggling with this emotion of forgiveness. So interesting. And because of that, it's been keeping you isolated. You know, you have to forgive people. People make mistakes, okay? People make mistakes, and that's something you need to learn, that even you make mistakes. And when you make mistakes, didn't you have people who forgave you for making those mistakes? Yeah. So everyone makes mistakes, and the thing that you guys have a hard time realizing is you normally want people to be perfect. Like you have this devotion to you want people, you expect so much from people, and then when people don't meet those expectations, they disappoint you, yeah, or they hurt you. And because they hurt you or disappoint you, you have a hard time forgiving them. Like you guys you block people out of your life. Like if someone does something wrong to you, like even if it's a tiny thing, if it's something to do with loyalty, like if they do something that touches your loyalty in the wrong way. Oh my god, guys, the rain is confusing me so much. I don't even know if I'm going to continue this reading, but you know what, I'm going to continue. Just ignore the sound of the rain. I'll try and speak louder so that you can hear me. But yeah, you guys have a hard time forgiving people, and the way you guys do it is that if someone hurts you, then that's it. You break that bond, you break that tie, that friendship, and then you move on to the next person. Okay? But what happens when you move on is, moving on doesn't mean you've forgiven them. Okay? So instead of staying and fixing things, you guys just move on to the next thing, you know. But problem is, all those things you move away from, the way you do it, you don't try and fix things. Don't try and find a common ground with those people where you can be compassionate and forgiving. By the way, sometimes when you forgive someone, it doesn't mean you need to stay. So if that friend really hurt you and you feel like we can't continue with this friendship, it's okay. Yeah, you can forgive them, but you don't need to be their friend. Okay? But the way you guys do it is you completely cut ties. You don't even forgive them. You just completely forget them. you guys have this forget, you know, the way forgive and forget. You guys, it's not forgive and forget, it's just if you wrong me, I forget about you completely, like you erase them from your memory, you know, without forgiving them first. But the problem is, this of course is something to do with your ancestral line as well. When you don't forgive those people, it harbors resentment. You collect resentments, one resentment on top of the other. So if you've walked away from 10 people and you've just forgotten them without trying to resolve things with those people, you know what? Then you'll have 10 more problems in your basket, okay? You keep piling on to those problems. So instead of walking away, instead of running away from your problems, going into your cave, into your hermit mode and blocking people out, your ancestors are trying to tell you, you need to now speak up. If someone hurts you, tell them they've hurt you, and then tell them, okay, fine, I forgive you, but we don't need to be friends anymore, okay? So you've walked away, yes, but you've walked away after you've forgiven them, okay? So that's the soul trauma that is affecting your family line at this moment. You have a really hard time forgiving people. Instead of forgiving people, what you normally do is you forget them. You completely cut them out of your life. But cutting them out of your life does not help you, because it just piles on resentments unconsciously. You might think that forgetting them has helped you forgive them, but no, forgetting them has only created more resentments inside of you, okay? You need to forget but also forgive, okay? Not just forget. You need to include forgiveness in there. So that's the soul trauma that is affecting your family line. You have a hard time forgiving people. Instead of forgiving people, you walk away. You cut them out of your life before forgiving them. Okay, interesting. So now let's see something that needs healing from your maternal line. And you got the alchemist, misuse of power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice and discovery. Okay, so let's see. What am I getting here? So the message coming through here is what I just said, I think, before. The rain has just confused me so much. I can't even remember what I said. But anyway, I said that some of you have such a powerful gift. You're very powerful psychics, yeah? And you, in the past, your maternal line used that gift to try and help people discover themselves and see how they can let love into their lives, yeah? Like, for you use that gift to help people discover self-love and self-awareness, but in the process you sort of became too commanding. You guys were too commanding. Misuse of power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. Like, you used to tell people, it's my way, this is the right way, you know, like you have to do it like this. You guys were too controlling in how you shared your gift. Like, you were like at the beginning what I said, yeah, that you guys are very persuasive, yeah, you're very persuasive, but what happens is you guys started becoming manipulative, okay? Instead of being persuasive, your mother's ancestral line, they became manipulative. They used to tell people, if you don't do what I'm telling you to do, then you will die, or you will get some sickness, you know, like instilling fear in people instead of helping them see how they can use their own free will to decide what they want. Like, you never used to let people use their free will. So controlling. By you, when I say you guys in these readings, I mean your maternal line, your ancestors, okay? But that and sometimes it's true, what you guys were telling people was the truth. Like, you were telling people, I'm telling you the truth, if you don't do this, this is what is going to happen in your future, or this is going to happen to your health, you know? Like, you guys were very powerful psychics who could see the future. You could sense people's energies, you know? Like, you could just tell people how to transform themselves, and you knew what's best for people. But the problem is, you used to force that knowledge on people. You forgot that people have free will. You can't force people, even if you know that that message you have will help people. You can't force people to accept it, okay guys? Because everyone has free will. Don't try and fix people, okay? People who don't want to be fixed, leave them, okay? Don't force them. But that was the problem with your maternal line. They used to have so much knowledge within them They used to know so much about what's going to happen to people, but they used to sort of misuse that power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice, in the sense that they tried to force people to believe what they're saying, okay? And in the end, people, what happens when you force people to do things you want and they don't want to do it? They persecute you. They put you on the stake and burn you, because they're telling you you're a witch. We don't want to hear what you want to say, but you want to force us to understand what you want us to do. We don't want to do that. So they persecuted you, okay? Because they felt like you're trying to force them to do things that they don't want to do. So they rebelled, okay, guys? So that was the maternal healing. That's the emotional trauma that needs healing in your family line. That you guys were, you tried to force people to see what you see, but people didn't understand it, because you were very advanced. You are the alchemist. You are the witch. Yeah? You are the witch. You are the magician. You are very, very, very advanced, and people just couldn't understand what you're trying to tell them, okay? And in the process, they ended up persecuting you, and that's why this is a soul trauma that you guys have. You have a hard time forgiving people, because people who you love and you tried to help because you love them, you tried to help them because you love them, they turned against you, and instead of accepting your advice, they burnt you on the stake, you know, like they persecuted you in some way. They isolated you, they rejected you, and because of that, you got very hurt, and it hurt you to the core, because these were people you were trying to help because you love them. And so that's why it's a trauma that is within you guys, within your family line. You have a hard time forgiving people because you've been hurt so much by the people you love in your past lifetimes that it's so difficult to forgive them, you know? Like, it's the hardest thing to forgive the person you love the most. When someone you love betrays you, it's so hard to forgive them. But if someone who you don't even care about betrays you, you can easily forgive them, yeah? Because they're not so close to you. But people who you love, people who you really, really love, when they betray you, yeah? When they betray you, you find it very hard to forgive them. And that's what happened in your past lifetime with your ancestors. The people they loved, the people who they tried to help with this power of them being an alchemist, betrayed them, persecuted them, and so they have a hard time now allowing forgiveness into their life, they have a hard time allowing forgiveness into their heart. Okay, guys? And so let's see what gift your maternal line, what gift did your maternal line, did your ancestors give you to heal this emotional trauma over here of not being able to forgive people because they persecuted you, to heal this trauma of you being too manipulative, like trying to make people take in your truth, yeah, instead of allowing people to have free will. What gifts did they give you? You got the Hierophant and the Four of Cups, which is interesting because the story of the Four of Cups is this person is so bored with his life and he doesn't even he's not accepting any gifts from people, even the gift from the universe that is here. There's another cup here. It's like, nah, I don't want it. I just want to do my own thing, you know, like bored. That's the story of the Four of Cups. But with okay, so the gift they gave you was that of okay, this is so interesting. I'm saying interesting because I'm getting blank downloads. Okay, guys, my spirit team Metatron just come through. What message is coming here? What gift does the maternal line have for the feminine? Okay. I get it. You know what? Oh, this is so sweet. So you know what that is coming through. Wow. So what I said here was, you guys, your maternal line, you were very powerful witches, very powerful alchemists, and they could be able to tell people what they need to do to have a healthy life, a healthy body, a healthy mind, you know, healthy mental state. They used to have that gift, but what happened was they sort of had to like force people to understand what they're saying, because they were so advanced that the people around them didn't even know how to take in that information. They didn't know how to understand what it is that your ancestors were trying to tell them. Yeah, so because of that, your ancestors realized and learned from their mistakes that by forcing people to accept what we want them to know that will actually help them, forcing those people did not help anything. In fact, by us forcing those people, they ended up persecuting us, yeah, and burning us at the stake. So instead, because they don't want you to be burnt at the stake, they don't want you to be persecuted, they gave you the gift of knowing how to deliver that information to people in such a way that they accept it. Wow. They helped you become the perfect bridge, because the Hierophant is a bridge between the spirit realm and the earthly realm. Like, they helped you know how to, what I said at the beginning, you guys are very persuasive. You're able to tell people, you're able to make people do what you want so effortlessly, and that's the gift you got from your maternal line. You see, what I said about this person was like, no, I don't want to accept this. But are you now seeing this person is so focused on this cup? It's like, oh my God, what is this? I want to hear. And that's the gift they gave you. They learned from their mistakes, so they don't want you to force people to understand you. Instead, they gave you the gift of being a naturally persuasive person. You don't need to force anyone to believe what you're saying. Naturally, people will come to you to understand what you're saying. Wow, that is so sweet. That is so sweet, because they don't want you to be persecuted. So they made you the ultimate communicator. They made you the ultimate bridge between earth and heaven. That you don't need to force people. You have that capacity in you guys to not force people. People just flock towards you. Like, people just literally flock towards you and will believe anything you tell them. So if you guys have realized that whatever it is that you tell people, people believe it without even questioning you, it's a gift from your mom. From your mother's maternal line. Oh, that is so sweet. You guys are naturally persuasive. Naturally, effortlessly. Anything you tell someone, they will believe it, even if it's not the truth. Okay, but of course, guys, I want to believe that you guys normally tell people the truth. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the gift they gave you. Oh, that came through so nicely. Thank you, guys. I was about to give up, but anyway, so that came through so nicely. Wow. Okay, so let's move on to the masculine energy. Not the masculine energy, the paternal energy. So something that needs healing from your paternal line, that is from your father's line. And you got the Don Juan, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas, and soulmate. Yeah, you know what I'm getting here? You guys are Casanovas. Which is so interesting. You see that same because what you have in your mother will generally affect what you have from your father, and what you have from your father will generally affect what you have from your mother, because you're both your chromosomes came from both of them. Okay, so of course the energies will mix and match. So with this Don Juan and the soulmate, spotlights your positive seductive qualities. The emotional, the what needs healing from your paternal line is that you guys, Don Juans, you use your seductive qualities to make people do what you want. So as your maternal line gave you the ability to be very persuasive. Naturally, people will believe what you want them to believe. From your father's line, you sort of use that persuasive gift. You're very seductive people. Naturally, you're very seductive. Your father's line was loved women. Actually your father loves women, and because of that, and women also just go to him. The ancestors from your father's side were Casanovas, lover boys, for lack of a better word, guys. Yeah, so And they used to use that to get what they want, but it's not a fulfilling way to get what you want, because you're sort of manipulating people to get what you want. So for you guys, how this might be translating in your life right now is, look at an area in your life where you normally use your feminine qualities, your body. Maybe let's say your maybe your very beautiful face, yeah, like you're very beautiful. Where do you use your physical? Because of the root chakra here, the message coming through is you guys use your physical body. Where are you using your physical body to seduce people to do what you want them to do? Okay, that's the thing that needs healing, because it's okay to feel good, it's okay to be seductive, you know, it's good, be in your feminine energy, embrace your body, you know, celebrate your body, but that, don't do it at the expense of manipulating other people just for your own private. Do it for the sake of benefiting both you and the other person, but you see here it's for private agendas, meaning you're only benefiting yourself. The Don Juan archetype is just an archetype of me. You only use your body so that it can benefit you. Like you seduce your partners just so that they can do something for you. Why not seduce your partner so that it can benefit both of you? Okay, do it in the sense that it benefits both of you. Use your body in a sense that it benefits your partner and benefits you. Okay, because there's nothing wrong with being seductive. In fact, you should be seductive. You should embrace your empress energy. Okay, embrace your body. Okay, but don't use it just so that you can get what you want. And a very tough message, tough love is coming through here. Some of you have been using sex as a way to get what you want, guys. You've been using sex as a way to get what you want. I'm sensing here energy of femme fatale, FEMME, and then FATALE. Just look that up. Femme fatale. You've been using sex as a way to get what you want. Okay, guys, and that's something you got from your father's paternal ancestors, that you've been using your body's sexual attraction, physical attraction to get what you want, only for your own gain, personal gain. It doesn't benefit the other person. But you need to now learn that whatever it is that you do with your body, let it benefit other people. And for some of you, the tough love coming here from your ancestors is, sex is a very sacred act. There's so much you soul karmic traumas you get from people you have sex with, you know. Like if you have sex with someone, it's an exchange of energy, guys. Okay, you take in their energy and they take in your energy. So guess what, if you have sex with someone who has been emotionally traumatized from their past lifetimes or even from this lifetime, do you know you actually absorb that energy? You do. Sex means sacred exchange of energy. Okay, guys, so be very careful with who you have sex with, because sex is a very meditative experience. When you're having sex with someone, that's a sacred experience. That's a you're dancing with the law of, with the energy of creation, with the universe. So just that's the message coming through here. Stop making sex to be a casual thing. And which is interesting, because this message also came through in the masculine reading. Stop making sex a casual thing. It's time for you to see sex as something so sacred. And that's the interesting message with this fire guardian, guys, and I'm not kidding you. The message in this fire guardian is, it's time for you to now tap into the energy of the, oh my god, guys, that truck that usually comes to collect garbage is here. So it's gonna make so much noise, so let's just wait for it to pass, and then I'll talk. But anyway, let's see. I'll try and talk loudly so it doesn't make so much noise. But anyway, today, guys, there's so many distractions. Gosh, spirit, I thought I asked so that we don't have distractions. But anyway, whenever there's distractions, I normally take it as whatever message I'm talking about is so important that energies from other realms that do not want this message to come through are trying to just distract me. But you know what? I'm going to persevere. The Rainbow Prince. I'm going to persevere and just hold on to it and see. So let's just give it a few minutes. Let's see if it's gonna make noise. Anyway, the message of this fire guardian is, if you guys have been trying to tap into your sexual side, and try new sexual innuendos, it's time for you to do that. Ignite your passions. But the message also is that with this Don Juan and soulmate here, don't see sex as something so trivial. No, sex is something so powerful. Do not deny yourself sex, guys, okay? Have sex, but make sure whoever you're having sex with is someone who... There's this line in Nicki Minaj's song, I think it's called Ganja Ban, yeah? There's a part it says, oh my god, guys, let's just pause until that track has finished doing its thing, and then I'll continue. In the meantime, let me see what this Fire Guardian says. Yeah, so Ganja Ban for Nicki Minaj. It says, let me see, what does it say? Oh yeah, she says, I'm not going to let anyone, only a king can enter. Yes, this is what she says. Only a king can enter me because I embody the queen's, I embody the queen energy. Oh my god, guys, what does she say? Guys, what does she say? Let me search as I'm waiting for this trailer to pass through. Let me search for that Ganja Burn lyrics. I'm searching in my tab. Yeah, I'll let you enjoy the sound of that track. Let's see. Yeah, so there's this part she says, I literally have my tab here. So she says, abstaining from sex had to zen my body. I ain't giving, so don't ask. I don't lend my body. Gotta be king status to give a man my body. He gotta be king status to get in your body? Fuck yeah, cause a queen is what I embody. Damn, now that's the right line, guys. Okay, so pause and rewind this video and then listen to that lyric again, or just go and listen to that Ganja Burn. Yeah, don't just let anyone enter you, guys. You're a queen, so make sure whoever's entering you is a king. Okay, and that is something that you've been getting. You're being very sexually open, like your habit of maybe being sexually open has come from your paternal line. Your dad, your father's side were lover boys. They loved sex, and they used sex as just a casual thing. Like, they never used to see sex as something so sacred, and that is something that has been passed down to you as well. So maybe some of you are a bit too sexually open, and the message coming through here is you need to heal that, because what I've just said with that Ganja Ban for Nicki Minaj, sex is sacred. Don't let anyone enter you, because you're exchanging energies with that person. The more people you have sex with, the more fragmented your soul will be, because your soul will be in very many different people. Okay, and you'll have karmas with very many people. So in the next lifetime, you'll have so many karmic ties to heal, because you gave away your energy to so many people. You exchanged energies with so many people, and so yeah, so that's the karmic thing that needs healing from your side. Your sexual practices, you need to stop seeing sex as something casual. See it as more sacred. Okay, guys, tough love, but your guides wanted me to talk about sex. Oh my god, and this is going to be a public reading. Anyway, my guides know who is going to listen to this reading, okay? No kids, this is a 18 plus reading. Okay, so then now let's see what the next question is. A gift from your paternal line that will help you heal this emotional trauma. Okay, let me put my tab away, because it's now just blocking everything. Okay, so what gift do you have from your paternal line that will help you see sex as something more sacred? And you have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, Justice card, and the Sun card. Interesting. Okay, let's see. I really didn't want to pick this card, the 10 of Pentacles, but you know what? Let's just see what messages come through from it. I didn't feel like picking, like it came out without even me asking a question, but anyway. Okay, so you know what? With this, in fact, funny thing is, when I just said I didn't want to pick up this Ten of Pentacles, it's sort of becoming the center of the reading for this section. With this Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Sun card, the gift your paternal line, your father's side of the ancestors on your father's side gave you was that they gave you the confidence, they gave you the gift to see what is not good for you, which is so interesting. Like, this sounds common, but trust me, not everyone knows what's not good for them. Like, people make mistakes, and sometimes you look at people and thinking, how did you not know that that was a mistake? You know, like, so the gift they gave you was, you have this ability to read people and know who's not good for you and who's good for you. Okay, which is interesting because the paternal the trauma that you guys were healing was that your father used to be a Casanova, like your father's ancestors and your ancestral line, Casanova lover boy. In the process, they ended up with people who were not supposed to be with them, you know, like they just tapped into energies of people who were not even good for them, but because they wanted to have sexual intercourse with them, like they found them very attractive and seductive, they just indulged in it. So the gift they gave you was the ability to see you're very confident. They made you very confident, and you do not accept anything less than what you deserve. And probably that's why I had to read that ganja burn from Nicki Minaj's reading. Like, you do not accept you guys are very so they gave you tough love here, but now here your guys are giving you props. They're telling you, as much as you have that sexual energy within you, intense sexual energy, I'm sensing some of you have a lot of plutonic energy in your chart. Anyway, so as much as you guys have that to heal, what happens is you guys are so confident, like you're so confident to this sun, that you don't just let anyone enter you, even without you knowing about this soul trauma. Generally, you guys are not people who just go about having sex with anyone. You don't just give your heart to anyone. And that is so interesting. That is a gift they gave you. They knew that they need to make you be a little bit tough and have very high standards. Remember what I said here about high standards with the alchemist, that you guys have such high standards that when people disappoint you, you just walk away. You know, you completely forget them. It's coming up here as well, that you guys have such high standards. Like, you see yourself as the queen, as princesses, you know. You have such high standards that not just any Tom, Dick and Harry can come to you. Like, not just anyone can approach you, you know. Like, they have to be your equal with this justice card. No, they have to be your equal. Oh my god, guys, please go listen to that Nicki Minaj song. It's in the first verse. That whatever it is that I read in Nicki Minaj's song, it's in the first verse. You guys do not accept anything less than what you deserve. So as much as you have sex with people, whoever you do have sex with, it's not just anyone. It's not just anyone. It has to be someone who is your match, you know. Like, that's what the gift they gave you. You have this ability to tell very quickly who is at your level and who is not. You have that gift, and you have so much confidence in yourself. Like, you exude this confidence in yourself that even just not anyone can approach you. Whoever approaches you has to be king status, you know. King status. But even if they're king status, guys, don't let too many kings inside your castle, okay? Just have one king, okay? Don't be too sexually open. Just let one king in, okay? Even if you get 10 kings, just let one king in. That's the message coming through. Okay, guys, so that's the gift they gave you. You have very high standards for yourself. You hold yourself to a very high level of standard, and not just anyone can come into your life. You don't just give your love to anyone. Nope. You give your love only to people who are of equal value to you. You give your love to only people who believe they are worthy of you. That's the gift you have, and it's something common. It seems common, but trust me, your ancestors are saying, among everyone else around you, you have that ability. You are able to express that ability better than anyone around you. Okay, guys? And the message coming through here is transform and unveil your gifts. That's the message from your ancestors. With this card here, they're telling you, use that gift. You know, the way you know how to only let people in, to allow people who are of your own caliber to interact with you. Use that gift, use that talent, and teach people about it. Teach people about self-love, discovery. Teach people about self-love. Teach people how to value themselves. That's your gift. Shapeshifter. Teach people how to be seductive, seductive in a way that is benefiting both them and you, not just this Don Juan energy where you're just using it just so that you can get what you want. No. Use that seductive quality you have within you to teach people, to what I said here with the maternal line, to persuade people to see that sexual intercourse is something so important, and don't just let anyone take your heart. Okay, if you're a queen, let only a king come into your life. And by king, I mean someone who's confident in themselves, someone who's done their spiritual work, someone who knows their values, someone who knows their self-worth. Okay, that's what I mean. It's nothing to do with money. Okay, it's all about principles. Someone who knows what they want and what they don't want, and they have clear boundaries. If they want you, it's you and you alone, and they will treat you like the queen you are. That's what you're supposed to teach people about. Teach people how to be seductive in the way that will attract people who are of like-minded thinking. Okay, that's your gift. It's time to transform those gifts. You're the alchemist. You're very persuasive. You are very, very, very persuasive. Very persuasive. Have the ability to make anyone believe what you're saying. So because you have that ability to make anyone believe what you're saying, use it to help people see how they can increase their self-worth. Okay, both physically, emotionally, and mentally. And for some of you, it's directly linked to sex and relationships. Show people that sex is not something casual. Sex is not something to play around with. You absorb a lot of people's karmic patterns and karmic wounds through sex. So you're supposed to teach people that value yourself. Okay, self-worth. Guys, go listen to Nicki Minaj, Ganja Ban. I think I'll end this reading here because I need to sleep, guys. It's not even late, but I think I'm just tired. So I hope this reading has been insightful. I know it's been sort of all over the place, and then we had to take a break because of that trailer track that passed through, but it's okay. I know you guys are persevering with the rainbow card here. So if some of the messages don't make sense here, just take what resonates and then leave what doesn't. Okay, and you might also find that some messages in the masculine reading make sense. Okay, guys, but you can also come to this reading at a later date and you'll find that messages start to make sense. So thank you so much for stopping by, and see you in my next reading. Bye.